Hello and welcome to Minigame Monday. Today is Monday, September 22nd, 2025, and today we're going to be doing a Kriss Kross puzzle made out of cell sheet titles shared for the May 2025 session. Hello, last 19 digits of pi. I learned from sharing this puzzle. I guess I'll go over to the puzzle now, and then I'll give you the link to the puzzle. One sec. So you can solve it yourself if you'd like to along with me. But I will say it's going to be probably pretty fast. I'm going to stop and look at the cell sheets that apply to it, though. So that'll give you maybe a little time to go out ahead of me. So cell sheets are a more specific kind of, for a more specific subset, I would say, of games brought to Protospiel Online, those that are pretty well thought out. They have some marketing materials ready. Either they're ready to pitch to be licensed with a publisher, or people are thinking of going self-publishing and they're making sort of their sell sheet for play signups and demos at conventions, or just spill pages. Like you can also use a sell sheet as sort of a spill page. Just to get people excited about the game in general, just sharing it around, sharing it in at Protospiel Online gives people a chance to give feedback about what they find confusing, layout, words, and everything on the sell sheet, and also to see, see what's kind of at that stage of being ready to have a sell sheet that is from designers coming this session. So we have a shorter list in this puzzle than titles usually featured in other puzzles. Let me see. I'm going to actually try to resize this a little bit this way to make it so the comments won't block out the bottom. And each one of these little pictures is a link, should be a link to the cell sheet so we can look at it together. Hello, Robert. Well, I solved the puzzle. So before, I'll explain the rules of Kriss Kross real briefly. It's kind of like a crossword jigsaw puzzle in that there's only one way these words can fit into the puzzle. And this puzzle has not been created to be particularly challenging to figure out where things go. It's been created primarily to give us a way to talk about these titles in a shared through puzzle form. So some of them are going to be, especially this puzzle, a lot of them are, there's only one of that length. So a more complicated Kriss Kross usually has a few of the same length, so you have to kind of deduce which location it goes. But from a share that I did with Jonathan Chaffer and his Pathologic series on YouTube, I gave him a Kriss Kross from a previous session and he solved it. And I learned some things about this interface that I didn't know. So I have 20-letter words selected, and it has all of the, like if I click 10-letter, I believe, oh, it's not doing it. Or wait, if I click this, oh, okay. If I click this, it highlights 10. It's that order. Yeah. So I know it could be only the things under 11 that go here. I'm just going to go kind of chronologically here. And all I have to do is click the word to make it go into the space. So I don't even have to, I've been in previous Minigame Mondays typing letter by letter, and I just don't even have to do that. And I believe it's kind of similar also with, a crossword puzzle, you have to kind of think of the answer from your mind. So I will have to type in the crosswords, but for Kriss Kross, I just have to click. So let's look at this cell sheet, and I'm hoping this link is working. Okay, there we go. So yeah, each of these puzzles now, some of our past puzzles didn't have these links, but now you can also see the original cell sheet for almost all of them, as long as the link didn't expire or something didn't go wrong from an old cell sheet share. But yeah, this is one I haven't gotten to play yet, but I've seen it around a couple of times. It's about being the gang behind a supervillain. And is it a... Okay, it's a Yomi, like, I can't drink the wine in front of me, and I can't drink the wine in front of you kind of thing. And, um, I don't know, I'm kind of assuming it's a card-based game, but I can't completely tell that. It looks like, I mean, cards and then also some, action placement or something like that based on this cell sheet. Okay, so I'm gonna fill it in. I'm gonna click on this one because it looks like it's about 5 letters and click that and fill it in. Yay, so simple. And let's close that. Yes, Yomi, like the Princess Bride, exactly. Oops. I'll put the link back up. Okay, next one is adulting, which shows up a lot around all of our stuff at Protoshell Online. This is from Eric Dittmore. And original story here was that this was a game he and his sibling made for his sister's wedding gift. And it's continued to evolve into kind of a different. It's always been deck building about engaging with the hardships of being an adult. And now it's getting ready to go to the Indie Games Night Market, and Eric has like found his own. He's kind of stripped away the art that there were previous versions of the cell sheet that may be in past streams, but it had some different, kind of. I think it was from like a licensing site or something like that. Creative Market, I think, is the name of the site. I'm guessing is where Eric got it before, but now he's just kind of made his own. He's going iconography based, and this is, I think, going to be the final art of the version that gets sold at the Indie Games Night Market at PAX U. So very excited to see how that goes. Yeah, I've gotten a chance to play test this. I don't know that I've play tested it at Protoshell Online. I've recently, but I've played it like at random times with Eric a couple of times recently, and it's singing. It's great to see. So let's see here. Sorry, I need to rearrange my screen a little bit differently. Okay. It's hard to get these things the right shape. So you can see the full puzzle, even if there's an overlay there. Okay. Sorry, I need to click there. That's a 10-letter word. Maybe this is 8. Nope, that's 10. Oh, I bet it's this one. Nope. 20. Oh, this one. I see. When in places where they cross, it could select either one. Okay, it's that one. Cool. Then we'll look at Rex Regnant. I think, yeah, it's from Edward Damon. I actually didn't put his name on it, just his email address. Which maybe that's a tiny little piece of feedback. I'm not meaning to make the Minigame Mondays a chance to give a lot of feedback on cell sheets other than just, my stream of consciousness of what pops out at me, and you'd get that information as the designer if you're watching me talk about this. But I guess that is something I'm looking for Edward's name. If I were going to write you an email, I'd want to say, hello, you. But it looks like this is, I haven't gotten to play this one yet, though I have it's been showing up a lot in Minigame Monday, so I know it's been brought around a few sessions. But it's kind of it's a historical, or it's covering a historical event. And it looks like it uses a basic deck of playing cards, but plus, some kind of either roll and write-ish sheet or just a board where you need to put tokens. And it looks like it's a head-to-head thing where you can do 1v1 or 2v2, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it has tokens, so the board uses tokens. Yeah, it's nice to see this cell sheet layout. It gives me, for someone like me that hasn't got a chance to play test it, it gives me a little more of a memory of it. 9-letter word. That's 10. Is this 9? 9. Okay, there we go. And this is the 10. No, I've already clicked the 10 many times. Okay, that one. Let's see what Tiny Castle looks like. The you think the Rex Regnant one is pleasing looking, Robert? Tiny Castle is the new name for a game that's been around a bit from Joachim and Joe. Yes, got it. The Rex Regnant, yeah, is an interesting sounding game. Yeah, I think it's interesting when you can make something that is very much out of the box from a 52 card deck. I think it can be it's both a great sell and a tough sell, because for a publisher, I think it may be a hard sell for them to get people to buy something that is a 52 deck of cards when they have maybe already several of those. If it's just simply a 52 deck of cards. But I think there's lots of things that can be done with like cool art on the 52 cards. And it's kind of fun to have. I think a lot of people like to collect 52 card decks with different kinds of art that are themed around different things or have different art on the back or something themed on the front. I think when I was a kid, I remember having a deck of like Barbie playing cards and Disney playing cards. I don't know where they are now, but yeah, but also things that have just a board and tokens potentially could be sold as a print and play, and they would be probably a hard sell to put them in a box, but selling them on print and play arcade or something like that is they have more options that way if they can use pieces that people already have around their house. And like one printed sheet, that would be very easy to print and play. Yeah, so you are ready to... Okay, so this is fun to see the evolution of this game, because it at one point was like people bringing, like princes, suitors bringing gifts to princesses, and they were rejecting or taking them and fitting them in a... It's always been this trying tile, like a polyomino tile laying game with obstacles and stuff. But now the idea is that you're moving out of your parents' palace and into your very own charming tiny castle. You and your roommates will try to fit your belongings in your new pint-sized paradise. So I guess maybe, okay, the idea is that you already have these things that used to be in your parents' castle, and then you're placing them. It's been a while now since I've play tested this, but I have gotten to play this before, and it has been cooperative in the past. I'm curious. Yeah, it says cooperative tile placement. Yep. So they've kept with that, and they've been tweaking the theme a little by little. And this is how it was in May. Now we're in September, so I'm not sure if it's still what it is. Oh, and I clicked it already. There it is. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. This crosses lines, so it may or may not be Tiny Castle. I do need to think about that one. That one is not a for sure. Let's see. This crosses this 13 letter and 14 letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth letter of the 13th letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is correct. I just got lucky. But yeah, it's kind of annoying that the puzzle interface like wraps that way. It kind of sets itself up automatically. That's not something as far as I know, I have control over when I build the puzzle. Let's see. You say you're always reminded of Richard Garfield making the Charlie Brown game with playing cards. Oh, I don't know about Rich. I have not heard of the Charlie Brown game with playing cards. It's well-known story, or it gets around. Moving out of your parents' palace, the game, or place. Yeah, place, palace, you know. In this case, specifically palace. But yeah, that's funny. It also could just be moving the game. There's, I think, yeah, the charming castle theme maybe makes it feel a little less chorish. Let's see. So give and take will be next. And this one is a party game about collecting fruit as your primates dance. You like there's different types of primates. Some of them need to be paired to dance. Some of them, like this gorilla, can be by itself. This one is one that I've play tested. And yeah, you roll a die to see if one of your dancing primates can take fruit from the center. So it's meant to be very light, easy for children to play, quick to play, kind of silly game of a primate dance party. And also there is one gibbon on, that's why it's called give and take. There's one gibbon on the die face that lets you steal from an opponent's fruit pile. Cool. Okay, where is the last 10-letter word? There it is. Okay. And Arcana Clash is one that I have gotten to play test. It's a very yeah, well, it says manipulate. You can kind of change the situation of other players. It's a little bit of an attacky game, but you just have a couple of moves with your the powers on your cards. You can see the screenshot of the table. I think you can have at most three of the cards in front of you, and they're based on like the tarot arcana cards. And oh, it was Mike Fitzgerald. I know him. I've never heard this story from him though. I did not know about the Charlie Brown card game. What I know of Mike is his mystery rummy games, which are, you know, I can imagine that he might have been playing around with a 52 card deck when he was thinking about, you know, maybe the kings could be this kind of thing. They could have this power or whatever. But of course they're turned into just, you know, full art, straight up, like fully themed. But there's like a whole line of those. So I don't think I've played. I think I've played just a couple of them. I'm trying to, off the top of my head, there's one. I think there's a Jack the Ripper one. And anyway, I don't want to, I know that my memory is not clear, so I don't want to misspeak there. But yeah, Arcana Clash, back to that, is a game where you're trying to make a set of colors like that are kind of prescribed by a goal card, I think, for the whole table. Don't quote me on that. And your card powers let you take gems, and then you can kind of see the little gem sitting next to a card in the little screenshot. It's interesting. Trick taking, a description for this game. I'm not really sure if that's still true or it was true in the version that I played. Because it definitely, I think of trick taking as everybody, okay, we go around the table in turn, we have cards in our hands, we put one card down, and then we compare them to each other and something happens. That is not how this game works. This is like you have action points that, and the powers on your cards let you manipulate the other, sometimes other what other players can have in front of them, or the gems that people have or you have taking from the pool or from other players and things like that. So it's interesting that it says trick taking. I wonder if that's a previous version of the game from what I played. But yeah, it's a pretty neat game. It's on the I think it's intended to be on the lighter side, or that's what the designer, that's what I recall the designer saying they were going for. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this one is the last pair where we have to do any kind of deduction, which is usually what crisscrosses are, what the fun of crisscrosses, when you don't have this content to look at. So One Man's Trash is one I haven't gotten to play yet, but this feisty raccoon seems to be part of it. Let's see. You and your fellow raccoons need to stock up for winter, dig through the ever-changing piles in the junkyard, but beware, there are plenty of other animals that are competing for a meal. You will need to collect as much as your hands can hold, so grab your food and junk before the human finds you. Cool. And let's see. It says 10 and up, so family style kind of game. Okay, tile flipping, push your luck. Okay, so Robert says the story there is he created a baseball Charlie Brown themed game that was just a 52 pack of cards with an instruction booklet in it. But the game was also just sold as a poker deck without the instructions. And the poker deck outsold the baseball version. I think so. Baseball and Charlie Brown go together, eh? I'm so confused because I always think of the football and Lucy when I think of Charlie Brown. I guess maybe Charlie Brown and Friends play baseball sometimes. I'm not like a giant Peanuts fan. I haven't read a ton of the comics, but I wonder why. And also baseball is a thing for Mike also with the baseball highlights. So I wonder if that was the seed for baseball highlights too. But yeah, people just wanted the deck. Sure, maybe they could play the game that was made up for it, but they could play a game they already knew with that deck too. And so that was a plus for them. Let's see. 12s. Okay. The 13-letter word, 3 from the end is an I. So an I in the second space. This one's going to be Witch's Revel. One Man's Trash. Is this one also 12? It'll be this one. Yeah. Cool. Witch's Revel is I'm gonna zoom in on this one. I could do that on all of them, but especially, well, this one has like clips of the actual cards, which you can't read the text on most of them. And I guess I'm falling into the feedback thing. There's a lot of text that ends up being shown on this cell sheet that I can't read because it's so tiny and it's on the cards. I'm not sure. I bet that I don't know, something a little bit more. I think that they're going for showing that the cards are played head to head, but I can't, because I can't read the text. I can't tell what's happening here. But I know it's a 2-player fighter game with kind of a comical take on these angry witches fighting. And I'm not sure, is it a lane-based expandable card game? So it is like Marvel Snap and classic CCGs. I'm trying to get a feel also for, is this a collectible card game or is it all contained? It says expandable, which I'm thinking means like you could buy the base game. It's not going to become one of those kind of games where you need to buy packs, rip them up, and kind of gamble to see if you're gonna get a card that's a good one. But it's the idea is for it to have multiple, like a living card game, maybe. I think that that term is, like, trademarked, so people avoid using it, even if it's, like, what really they mean. Netrunner, I don't know a lot about Netrunner, but, um, isn't Netrunner the one that is a game about playing a deck building card game? I've not played it myself, but I feel like I remember that's what it is. But I think it's kind of, like, hard to find now, so, not a lot of opportunities to play it, if it's the one I think I'm remembering people talking about. But I'm guessing, I'm not 100% sure, so I guess that's something about the sell sheet probably should make this more blatantly clear, or ideally, because this is a how does it fit in the market kind of question that, that I'm asking. But I think that the idea of this is for it to be, you know, many standalone expansions. Like you can buy a set of cards and play it by itself, or mash them together, like Unmatched or something like that. Do I have that one selected? Okay. And Sylvan Tactics. I didn't get to play this one, but I got to watch a playthrough of it. It had a really fancy setup for a Tabletopia board where they had figured out the game requires you to lay cards like tilted to show you've used them and such. So they made different zones where you just place it in the zone and it would tilt the way it needed to go, and it has a lot of pretty art, as you can see. This really zooms in when I zoomed in on this one, so I think this cell sheet must be a bigger file. Tactical dueling game, also a tactical dueling game. 2-player only, 12 and up. Card battling chess game. Oh, yeah. There's also a chessboard that I think, like, maybe, you play the cards to move the chess pieces. Again, don't quote me. I only watched some people play this. I wasn't able to play it myself. I think that... Oh, interesting. The components are just the 108 cards, but I think the idea is you would use them with a chessboard you already have. So there's another example of... It doesn't explicitly say this, though it is talking about chess movement. So I'm left with a bit of question there too. But yeah, that's... And you can kind of see that these look like chess pieces, the animals there. Very cool. Yeah, especially the... No, it's this one. Okay, there we go. Especially the Tabletopia setup was pretty inspiring. And if somebody wanted to... Oh, it's Millennium Blades that I'm talking about. Thank you. That I was talking about before, that has... that's a game about playing... about being in a deck building tournament. Is Netrunner... So, Netrunner must be also a deck... You build your deck in advance and see what happens with it? It's that kind of game? And maybe it has like a lot of standalone expansions. That's what you're saying? Okay, let's see. Tears of the Gods. This one also I haven't gotten a chance to play test. Okay, yeah, so I think... Yeah, I guess it's possible that other cell sheet I was saying, like, I couldn't read the cards, it may just be the file size that was uploaded for Protospiel Online, which may have just been a limitation. And if it was printed out in front of me, I'd be able to read it, because, like, this one, I'm zoomed in a lot deeper, and I can read the cards. So this is a... Take turns battling with fighters, 2 to 4 player. Pulling from old and new mythologies. Okay, so this seems kind of like a... Yeah, tactical, like an arena battler type thing with cards. It says it's just, yeah, 175 cards. With Netrunner, I think you're saying you start with a single game and then you add expansions. So also like Dominion, I guess. Like you'd need the base game with Netrunner. And I'm not sure. With Witch's Revel, it could be either. Okay. Oh no, there are two 14-letter, but it's going to be pretty obvious. This one that starts with T is the, Tears of the Gods. And then Negative Pickup. I also didn't get to play this one, but it's about making movies. Oh, okay, I have to use the... Sorry, I can't hand drag around. I have to use the bars. So, yeah, this one is a very eye-catching cell sheet. It's got like some theme in it, but it's not, making it hard. The theming isn't making it hard to read. You can play it solo. It's a card and token game, and you put, option actors, directors, scripts, and stuff to make your move, to kind of make a set that makes their movie, where you can make big combos. And you calculate percentages in this game. So that kind of math and stuff it gives me the impression it's a little bit on the heavier or medium, not the light side, at least medium. And you say, themed like movie, sign me up. Yeah. I think, actually, Robert, you were at Protospiel May, and I was, like, nudging you about this one, but I think you just, like, weren't around at the time they played it. I think you didn't get to play it. Maybe next time. Is it this one? And one more, Shovels and Scallywags. Now, this one I have played many times. This is a piratey... You aren't the only buccaneer seeking fortune at this particular isle. So you, I think, I don't know. These cards are kind of your pirates. I mean, this one has a bomb on it. It's a pirate conceptually that places a bomb, but you can, like the order, the soonest card placed kind of supersedes later cards placed, but only if there's a tie. So I'm looking at this, and I think green would win this because blue put a bomb on this card, which will remove both of them. So both only blue and green would still be on the card. Green would win the card, and blue would get a consolation prize for still being at that space. That's something I know from playtesting this. Actually, I've mostly playtested this from like the Thursday Grub meetings. Grubs, Grand Rapids Unpublished Board Game Society, where Tanner playtests a lot. This is one he's been working on for a long time. So, booty cards have various symbols, and they matter for different kinds of in-game scoring. And once you take a card, it can be stolen from you until you bury it. So you'll have it kind of in your player area, and you have to claim it again to bury it, and other people can contest you before you bury it. But you win ties in your own home turf. So, Shovels and Scallywags. There we go. Ta-da! I like this fun confetti that I've been able to add to all the Kriss Kross puzzles, or all the puzzles, not just the Kriss Kross puzzles. I've been able to add them to the backlog. So if you go to our backlog and play other Minigame Monday puzzles, you'll have the confetti too. It's a nice little touch they've added recently. Okay. Oops. Got my layout kind of messed up. All right. So we got our 30 minutes of puzzling in. The puzzle wasn't very hard, but we got to talk about some games, which is always fun to look back at Protospiel game history and see what people have been working on or how things were a few months ago, as it will always be to give us time to make the puzzles. So Thanks, y'all, for joining me with the live viewers, and we'll see you next week on Minigame Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye, y'all.